let's talk about one of mine. What about the guy who shagged cars? Alright? It's weird.
It's pretty weird. Well, he's not to be.
He's not. Yeah, he's not doing something that is going to. Yeah, he's not going to do something that endangers lives. He's not doing something that's illegal.
It's
not
definitely
illegal.
frowned upon.
Yes, it's definitely something you wouldn't want to do,
or be caught doing,
or even say you do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let alone go on.
Yeah, I was literally about to say it on TV. Right, guys, welcome back to the ShiteTalk podcast. We have changed location. We have unfortunately been kicked out of the shed for obvious renovations being done. So we've come to what is not my shed, but my kitchen. So yes, welcome to my kitchen. Thank you very much. It feels very weird doing a podcast in my kitchen. I can't lie.
Does. We did one in my kitchen, didn't we? It was like episode 2 when we were talking about like James.
We had the
actually half of that episode was like in the kitchen. Then all fucking my family came.
Yeah, and we got booted out basically.
Yeah, so
we're just like we won't record in front of them. We won't put them through that.
Here we are. So yeah. Anyway, I've got a few topics to talk about today, but before we start, I think the last episode went really well. I think it's our, if not our most liked, then our second most liked. So thank you for that.
Cheers, boys and girls.
Episode 10 was obviously the conspiracies episode. We delved into a lot of
heavy shit.
We delved into a lot of shit. Let's be honest.
There was a lot of mixed theories and a lot of
there's a lot of dark stuff as well. So hopefully in this episode we'll be able to bring it to a bit of a more lighter note.
Please God.
with a bit of luck. Also something else that happened since I think it happened before the last episode. I forgot to mention it, so I have it down here to remind me. Basically, we got a comment on the biscuits tier list. Can I say who it's from?
Oh yeah, go ahead, say who it's from.
Okay, basically we got a comment who is from Jack's girlfriend, and basically she said in it that something along the lines of that she used to work in Dunn's and she was deeply offended by my comments about the Dunn's cookies. I said something about they were shit and that. We apologised in the comments, but I think I need to come out
An official apology, but
I think I need to come out. I think there was a bit of a misunderstanding here.
Yeah.
And that was, I'm guessing she worked in like the bakery.
Yeah, so she worked in the bakery and she like saying she baked all the cookies.
Okay. What I meant, right? Listen, what I meant was the one when you go to the confectionery aisle.
Yeah,
right,
it's the packets of this.
Yeah, not the actual. I'm sure they're amazing. I'm sure they are.
I wouldn't have said so.
That's neither here nor there. That's your opinion.
I'm messing.
But yeah, no, I'm sure they were amazing, but not the ones I was talking about. I'm talking about the ones, the white packets you buy.
I know. Yeah,
they're the trash ones. Okay?
Dog shit.
So just coming out and defending myself. I think it needed to be said. So yeah, anyway, we're now in a situation where lockdown's over.
Essentially, yes.
It doesn't feel like it's over.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. It still feels like there's a lot of
restrictions.
Yeah, and have you seen now? This might need to be fact checked prior.
That's why we got the laptops.
Yeah, but apparently they're talking about pausing phase 4.
What was phase 4 again?
So it was like the pubs, the restaurants.
Right. You see, that's the thing. People were having house parties and shit, weren't they? So
well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you saw, but did you see the picture in Dublin there from a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
And it was like
Grafton Street was like fucking hacked out.
Oh man! And it was like the thing was bars and pubs weren't even serving food; they were just serving drinks.
Yeah.
Like it was mental.
Let's be honest. That was always going to happen.
Like there was no way. Like everyone, I think knew that maybe the first week the pubs were open, we'd be like, we'd be all right. There might be one or two, scallywags, as it were. But yeah, no, it just went absolutely mental. Yeah. Especially, I like Dublin as well. I think everyone knew Dublin would be a hot spot for it, and it always is going to be, just the size of it. But yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I think they probably eased restrictions too early anyway.
I think we're a bit too optimistic with certain things.
Do you remember back when this lockdown first started, mate? We thought we were going to be 2 weeks in and out. You know,
done.
I thought I was going to be back to college before the end of the year.
Oh really?
I thought I was going to be back, but no, that's not how it turned out.
Never mind.
But yeah,
fuck, man.
I feel like 2020 is just a fucking write-off at this point.
Bin it off. It's done.
Give us 2021. Like that's all I beg.
We just want some a year of just normality.
We had so much optimism for this year.
This was actually meant to be a
start
banging
of a new decade. You know, we're making moves.
We're doing bits, but then we get absolutely shit on by a bat.
Yeah. For some bastard decided to eat a bat. And here we are.
And this is what our lives have become.
Yeah, it's pretty mad. But anyway, basically, one thing that we kind of talked about a lot on the podcast when we first started it last year was football. Was what we kind of started off with, and it's been a while since we've kind of we had a few chats about it during the lockdown, during like our Skype calls.
Yeah.
But since we haven't chatted about it since football officially come back, and it's been fairly wild so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been dramatic. I would describe it as.
Yeah, obviously Liverpool are champions. We have one relegated team already, depending on when this podcast comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the biggest thing, certainly involving myself and yourself, mate, is the race for the top four. Or is there even a race at this point? Does anyone want to win this race?
We said it yesterday, mate. We said it. We had a chat yesterday. We said it doesn't look like anyone wants that top four, that fourth spot, that third spot. Even I think is starting to be like who wants that?
Who wants it? Yeah.
I mean, it is.
The inconsistency is incredible.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I mean, like we'll get into the games probably in a minute, but the level of like what we're talking about is we're talking about being essentially one of the top four clubs in England at like overall, and not only that, you're talking about getting into Europe and be representing England for one of the best the best European competition, playing against the best teams.
Yeah. And
the one thing that every decent team needs to have is consistency.
Yeah.
You can have like quality players, you can have supposedly set up perfectly, but if you have a couple of players who are just inconsistent in, like, say in particular defence, which is I think an area that we both agree that we have severely been lacking in, it just doesn't work and it falls apart, and as we've seen, it just it's ruined a lot of.
Well, I think what blew my mind was we talk about Manchester United first, right?
Alright.
Manchester United have been, I would argue, the form team, like the best team since the restart.
I would agree with that. I would say that
not only are you winning games, but you're winning them playing a brand of football that's really like entertaining to watch.
This has been like the first period I've actually enjoyed
in a long time
watching United play. Like, and I wouldn't want to attribute it down to one player.
Bruno,
but Bruno has done an absolute. He's magic.
Yeah,
and I think like obviously like he's not like he's a good player, and I'm not going to say anything like world class, because I know if I say it now, it's gonna come back to haunt me.
Well, so far since the restart, he has been. It's okay to say he has been.
Yeah, I mean the stats that are coming out of him is fantastic. I mean, since he's come back, I think his
presence has just like lifted that squad.
Oh yeah, 100%. And it's like, I think as well, the players around him, to know that like they have the quality of a pass like that to go in behind. Like I think before, like realistically, like who did we have before? I think it was our only real main passer of ball was Pogba.
Yeah, and he's been injured for a lot of season.
Yeah, and then you look on the bench, you think, okay, well maybe you say Juan Mata and stuff like that. But I like Mata as a player. But he's just old. He's just lost his pace.
Yeah,
and it's just we need someone who is just able to get up and down the pitch. And the thing I like about Bruno as well is that every time we lose the ball, a lot of the time I do see him like pressing and like from the front, which is something that really in modern day football I don't think we see enough of. I think there's not enough people pressing from the front. Obviously there's tired legs, lockdown, it's understandable, but I remember watching him in one of the recent games there. It might have been the Southampton game, but just watching him like trying to rushing that player, trying to win it back, trying to intercept passes, just trying to read the game, just not attack the game, but just overall control that midfield. That's what we needed.
Yeah,
we needed someone to.
He's been that player that you've been crying out for years.
Yeah, someone to really take control.
Of
that midfield. Like you see him all the time. He's pointing at people. He's shouting at people.
He has that winner's mentality.
Yeah, honestly, like again, Paul Pogba. I don't even know what to say. I mean, like, yeah, he's a good player, but I don't think he's
He hasn't got that drive.
Yeah, the mentality isn't there. Like,
I guess.
I think now since he's come back with Bruno, it's looked positive. And then we've got Matic in behind, who hasn't been too bad as like a little kind of anchor, little holding midfielder.
Yeah.
But I think, and I assume we'll get onto it as well, but my biggest frustration with United, and it has been for years, is that back line. The back line for United.
Well, it cost you the other night against Southampton.
Yeah, oh mate, did you see the fucking image of Harry Maguire marking, was it Brandon Williams or someone, whoever, he's marking his own man. Now, in his defence, I was arguing that, okay, maybe he's trying to use him for a push, like to get a bit more height. But if you look at the space that he's left, if he just holds that space, it might still get through to your man. I can't remember his name. But yeah, it might get through to his man, but he's going to make it a lot harder.
Is this for the equaliser?
Yeah, this is from the corner, yeah. So this, it just, his vision of the ball doesn't see it as cleanly. I had a big fucking problem with Lindelof marking him. He's completely the wrong side of him. He's let him bully him. How are you going to let him do that? Like, what a presence he is. He's just come on for the bench. He's likely been told
get lively as fuck as well with him.
I mean, like, it's just simple things like just get in front of your man. And I watched it, and I don't even think he really raised the boot to try and stop it. He just lifted his leg off the ground a bit. Like, throw your body at that. This is a massive chance for United to go top.
Well, that was the chance, wasn't it? Because Chelsea had fucked it against Sheffield United.
Well, this is it. I mean, that.
So because of that, you had a massive chance to move into third because Leicester had lost.
Yeah, so it was a chance you had to leapfrog. Yeah, not leapfrog Chelsea, because Chelsea
haven't played so well as well. It must have been very frustrating for a United fan like you to see.
Oh, it's ball break.
To see that after you've seen Chelsea have lost so humiliatingly to Sheffield United, you've seen Leicester have bottled it as well. This is your big chance
to do it,
to win, and really, like, if you win that, mate, you have an easier run in than Chelsea and Leicester.
And the thing is as well,
you play Leicester on the last day. Who do you have next? Or do you know?
West Ham.
That's a win. Like, they're shit.
And the thing is, like, as well, like, we leapfrogged Chelsea, but it wasn't. In my opinion, I didn't even think about leapfrogging Chelsea because I know you had a game in hand of, like, you were playing again and you were only a point behind us. Yeah, so it was probably going to come back. But it's just the fact that getting a step ahead of Leicester with a game to play against Leicester in the final season. It's the thing is as well, like, and I said it after the game when I calmed down a bit, like, credit to Southampton, they set up really good, and in the first 15 minutes, the way they were pressing us and making us go back, we couldn't really get forward, and they were kind of isolating that midfield. It was very solid. Like, it was probably the best they could have set up. Admittedly, I feel we should have had probably an extra goal. I think Anthony Martial missing his one-on-one was massive.
Yeah,
I think it
was a good save by McCarthy.
It was. He stood up tall, and then Rashford being offside. I mean, I looked at it again. You can literally see. He can literally see he's ahead of his man in front of him. So how he's thought he's onside, I don't know. But like you say, it was.
I agree with the Southampton praise though, because like they could have easily. Remember they lost 9-0 to Leicester.
Yeah, and they could have just set out.
They could have said Hasenhüttl out. He's gone. Like, you can't. That's not acceptable at this level. But they didn't. They stuck with him, and credit to them because they're now reaping the rewards for it. Because I think he is a good manager.
Oh yeah.
They're well safe, obviously. But yeah, that was the big chance for United gone. And understandably so, you were a bit.
Do you know what I said? And I said it to Dad as well. We were watching it. I said they're going to fucking score from this because I know I've been through it before. United bottling it at the last minute, at the death. We just need to see it out. We just
see it out, clear that corner, and that's a massive 3 points.
Yeah,
you're well in the driving seat.
And not even that. It's just it's a kind of, we can step back and say, like, okay, we can take a breather, not take the foot off the gas, but we can kind of say, all right, this is what we've got next. We should be able to keep this form going, but that is a massive setback for us. And like, I don't know, to still be in fifth with like
it's ball breaking after being in such a good run of form.
Yeah, before like scoring like there's 3 goals like every game, like for like 4 consecutive fixtures. It was like I was coming into this game thinking like it's not gonna. I never thought the Southampton game was gonna be easy. To be fair, I genuinely thought that likes of Danny Ings and stuff like that, just they'll pop up in these little pockets, and we've got to be solid at the back. But yeah, I'm absolutely gutted. I couldn't even watch. I was in a ball with my hood up when the goal went in. I just couldn't. I couldn't believe it. It was.
Yeah. And do you know what, as well, you were mentioning how well United have been attacking in that. Like I heard a stat, something along the lines of Rashford, Martial and Greenwood, so your front three, which is on fire at the minute.
Yeah.
I think it's scored more in the league than...
Mane.
Or no, scored more in all competitions than Mane, Firmino and Salah.
And that's massive, like...
That's a huge stat. Now,
like,
look, United are playing in the Europa League and they're playing things from Mumbo Jumbo.
Yeah,
you know?
we're playing like, what was it, LASK or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. So, but look, you still need to win them games and then players still need to deliver. But I think United are going to be very strong next season.
I think
if you don't get Champions League, it'll be annoying, but I think that'll just be testament to how poorly you played up until this point, particularly the first half of the season.
We will definitely look back on that first half of the season, so if we just did better, we would have surely.
But look, he's stuck with Ollie as well. Like, he had a chance to get rid of him, I would say.
Oh yeah, no, fully.
On many occasions, possibly.
We could have binned off Ollie, and we could have gone for, I don't know, some other fucking cunt who would probably do the same or worse than.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to see Ollie there. I think his mindset is all right. Whether I would say he's a manager, I'd still wait to see that. But I'll give him credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
And if he keeps delivering these performances, then sure, look, happy days.
Happy days. Somewhere that isn't, well, I mean it is because somehow we got away with it. Chelsea. I guess I suppose we'll talk about that.
We'll bring Chelsea into the mix. Why not?
You see me had quite a few fucking breakdowns on the verdict, and you lot have as well. If you're a subscriber to the Aaron Kelly channel, you'll have seen I've had a few breakdowns recently. West Ham game.
Yes, the West Ham game. I knew that was coming. I could sense there was something brewing.
The Sheffield United game, also ridiculous. Like, I actually stopped watching after 2-0.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't stopped watching. I was still in the room, but I was on my phone. I was like, I can't be arsed with this. And at that point, when we lost that, I said it in the video. I was like, we're not getting Champions League this season, because I was convinced Man United were going to punish us, and I was convinced Leicester were going to punish us. But
somehow,
somehow, like the footballing gods just looked down and gave us that second chance. Now we've got two really tough games left. Liverpool next, who are on a fucking mare at the minute.
Yeah.
Lost to Arsenal, and we've got Wolves on the last day.
Jeez,
which is a rough one. So I don't know how it's going to go. I don't think it's a case of whoever finishes third and fourth are like so much better than the rest of them. I feel like it's just like, they were slightly less shit.
I think that's as well as that. Like, that's been the story for a while now.
Last season as well.
Yeah, it's like they're not good. They're just better than the shite below them. Like,
yeah. Oh man, like I think I said it on the verdict. I was watching an old verdict of mine from last season there the other day, and it was like I'm saying the exact same things. Like we like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Why does no one seem to want it? Why does no one like? Why are Liverpool and Man City the only two teams that have any form of like consistency?
Do you think it's a thing that some players or some teams kind of look at City and Liverpool and think they are so far ahead of us that there's almost a sense of that we're competing for, two spots essentially. We're not going to be competing for silverware anymore, or do you think it's just simply down to?
I think the likes of Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal, definitely this season Tottenham. I think these teams have a weak mindset. I don't think they have the winner's mindset that the teams above them have and the managers above them have. Now,
I think I agree with that. I think the manager in particular, to have that winning mindset. Like, you look at Pep Guardiola.
Yeah,
that is a man who knows how to fucking win. He wants to fucking win.
I think that's the difference with when we have Frank now. I think Frank does have that mindset.
He's definitely shown it at times.
Yeah, he just has to get the backing from the board, doesn't he?
Yeah. Although, see, this is the thing.
He means business. He's got two good signings in as well.
Yeah. It's gonna be. See, the thing is, like, we say, like, at the minute, like, Chelsea, United, we're level, but I think if your two signings now, Timo Werner, I'm very interested to see. I would be very interested to see like how quick he can hit the ground running. I think if he does, he's going to be a real fucking problem.
Yeah.
Hakim Ziyech, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
I think I haven't seen him now for a while, but definitely when I seen him,
He looks tricky, doesn't he?
Yeah, he just looks like one of those players like bit of flair about him, and then obviously he can hit a shot if he wants.
Hit a free kick.
Yeah, so
I was looking at Chelsea the other night. I'm looking at right. Obviously, Ziyech was in the crowd. When him and Werner come in, that's an instant upgrade on. If we're playing our 4-3-3, that's an instant upgrade on Willian and Giroud.
Yeah.
Instant upgrade. Now, I love Giroud. I've kind of gone off Willian a bit. I think
Willian had his period, and then we're kind of back to.
Willian left 2 seasons ago. He should have been gone. But I mean, yeah, that's an instant upgrade. I think we're looking at Kai Havertz at the minute, which I think I've said on the verdict as well. I think we need defensive reinforcements, man. Because like Rudiger and fucking, do you know what I mean? Like Christensen and Zuma, I think are good defenders by themselves, but I think. Together,
it's just not that level.
Yeah, they need a leader. Like they need a proper leader in that team, and we need a left back as well because Marcus Alonso is just trash. He's trash.
I don't see how this man is a Premier League left back in any team in the world. Like
he was playing with Sunderland and Bolton the last time he was in the Premier League. Does that not give you any sort of like inkling? He had a good season first year with Conte, and then he's just gone to shit because he's been played as a left back. When he's actually a left wing back, and he's been shit.
But the thing is, like, you wouldn't even say like, I get they're two different positions, but they're not like a million miles apart. Like you'd say, a wing back, you're pushing more forward, you're supporting a bit more, but like your defensive obligations as well. I don't know, mate. It's just I every time I watch Marcus Alonso, and I'm not just saying this. Every time I watch him, I think I really hope this guy just doesn't come back or gets a horrific injury. That's horrible to say, but like, he just drives me mental because he's one of those players who just, I don't know, he just seems like...
It feels like you're playing with 10 men.
He just feels like one of those... Do you know when you're trying to track back? I feel like he's the kind of guy who kind of like would tie his boots, go down and tie a lace. Or something like that. Just pretend to do something, anything but kind of burst your bollocks. Yeah.
To round off on this topic then, I'm going to ask you it's a bit of a question that will be it won't be easy to be answered, let's just say.
Oh god.
As we look at things at the minute, who's finishing third and fourth?
Bollocks. Right. I think, so as it stands, isn't it, Chelsea are 1 point clear.
Chelsea is third on
60,
and then Man United and Leicester are both on 59, I think.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead.
Considering you have to play Leicester on the last day.
This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, right, Chelsea, I know you've Liverpool. I do believe Chelsea will get third.
Jesus.
I'm going to say it now. I just think that despite a few hiccups and a few slips, I just can't see...
we're in the driving seat.
Yeah, you have the cards.
Yeah.
You go to Liverpool, yes, they're champions, they're class, but they've had a bit of a bit of a drop.
They're on the beach.
Yeah, that's the drinks are hitting a bit now.
Yeah. Chelsea have the cards. We have the games. We have the points.
And then it's a really difficult one.
It's kind of who wins, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a case of
who wins on the last day.
Who wins? What would you say?
What's that?
If you were picking now that the top like 3 and 4,
yeah.
Who are you going to say? So I've said Chelsea are going to get thirds.
Yeah.
Who would you?
It's so tough to say who's going to get.
I'm giving
Leicester are coming back.
Yeah.
Chelsea could do. It all depends on the last couple of games.
You've
got Leicester
that's a big
away
game.
On the and that's going to decide as to whether we get Champions League or Europa. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
And I can't be sure how we're going to perform because Leicester are a bit of an unknown quantity. They'll blow hot and cold. They'll be great. I mean, Vardy's on an absolute hot streak at the moment.
Yeah.
I could see them doing it.
I'm the same.
To make a call, let me think now. Would we squeeze in? I in my heart of hearts, I think we're going to land up 5th.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think we're going to land up 5th.
We're going to bottle it against Leicester.
I just don't think the consistency is there.
No.
To actually make that final push, but it all just depends on it. You know, it's like sometimes we can raise the game for these really big games.
Yeah.
We can play Leicester off the park, basically. But at the same token, if we're intimidated by it,
we're shit. And
Brendan Rodgers is a great manager. He's a good tactician as well.
Yeah.
So we just don't know, really.
I mean, I agree. I think we're gonna bottle it.
I think, right? I think United are going to get fourth.
You think United are going to get fourth?
I do, because I think using Leicester probably will win your next game, and then I think you'll beat Leicester on the last day.
Oh God, I mean,
I think so.
Kelly said it, boy, something's happening. Woo! Thank fuck.
But yeah, no, I think that's what I'm going to go with. I think United will finish fourth.
I mean, yeah, I, to be honest, it's a flip of a coin.
Chelsea might not. Like, it's incredible.
If Chelsea, I don't even want to. It's not even that.
We've got two really tough games as well.
I mean, realistically, you could lose against Liverpool and you draw against Wolves, and that's
seriously putting it.
That's up in the air. Then, like, that's at that point. What's that? That's probably then.
I feel like we'll have to make another podcast after the season finishes.
Oh, 100%. There has to be a reaction to the season.
But either way, we'll leave it there. We've made our calls. Matt's made his call. And, we'll move on to our next topic, which is, I mean, it's not dark, but it's kind of leading on to what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're bringing it into an area which we are going to.
An area we are familiar with.
Yes.
So our second topic is something leading on to the last day. Now, obviously, we talked about conspiracy theories the last day. One in particular was the whole infamous Jeffrey Epstein one, that he didn't kill himself and all that kind of crap.
Yes.
It's a bit of a meme at this stage, but do you know what I mean? Like, it's definitely true. Since that last episode, I can't speak. I watched the Filthy Rich Epstein doc, and I know you haven't. I know you want to, so I'll try and not, spoil too much. But basically, some news in the last week is that GHISLAINE Maxwell, who was like basically Epstein's girlfriend in the 90s, I think, and they broke up in the 90s, but up until all the stuff that happened finished, she was still his quote unquote best friend and
fair.
After watching the documentary, she's like the person who basically brought in all these girls for him.
Oh wow!
So she was she was kind of she was head honcho of that,
right?
Basically. So
she was a big figure.
Yeah, she was massive in the whole scandal. So very obviously guilty.
There's no denying it.
Yeah. She was arrested by the FBI last week.
Oh my well.
And basically, she is apparently, we're being told, under 24-hour surveillance. So we don't get anything similar to what we have, seen already.
Yes, obviously.
Epstein. And she is very much threatening, apparently, to bring down some really, really big names that were mentioned in the documentary. But we're talking Andrew, we're talking Trump, Bill Clinton.
This woman is not making it to the end of the year. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it now.
But here's the thing: if she snuffs it, right?
Yeah.
Surely that's enough evidence that you need that Epstein himself.
There's obviously something there. Yeah. There's no reason that this woman would just disappear or die if there wasn't obviously something there that they want to stay hidden. Like you say, it's such.
Think about how much information she has, bro. Like she knows everything.
I mean, she'd have logistics. She would have dates, names, everything.
Yeah.
Like you say, if she's a peripheral figure in this, operation, like she could bring, like you say, everything down. Like she could pull out everything. If she has any kind of recollection or any kind of concrete evidence, which, like I say, I'm sure she does have, then I mean, you're gone, you're done. If you're in connection, you're finished.
And let's be honest, if she knows this information, she won't give a shit about Andrew or Trump.
No.
Or Clinton. Like if she can reduce her sentence at all, in any way, she will do exactly what she can to do that.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it's not like fucking any of these lads are going to go around and say, we'll get you out on bail. We'll help you out. We'll move stuff around. We'll get you sort of a court case. Get on you sort of like, a fraction of it. Fuck that, man. They're gonna the option they've got realistically is just to hope and pray that she doesn't say anything, because anything they do Realistically, even if they try and get her out on bail, anything they do now is gonna be like,
it's so obvious. Like,
yeah, it's gonna really pinpoint, like, well, that's very suspicious to be doing if you're innocent.
And like when you watch the doc, right, she was probably apart from Epstein himself, obviously, she was like the main person at fault here. Like she was going out and like grooming these young girls to come and, you know, lure them in or whatever. She was the one doing that, and she organised like the parties with Trump and with Andrew.
See, that's mad. And then she's obviously like like you said, she's organised everything.
And every picture you see with one of these boys with some of the, you know, underage girls.
Yeah.
She's in every fucking picture. She's there all the time, so she knows. There's no way she doesn't know everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I actually didn't know that. Holy fuck.
Yeah, she was there during all of this, and apparently sometimes she even got involved. But
wow.
We won't even.
Well then.
Yeah.
Well
but you know, it's messed up. But do you know what I mean? Like, she is the main living culprit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
she's the only one. I suppose I don't mean to say it like this, but she's the only one. Probably I'd say they had a really good chance of nailing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, 'cause again, like these other people, and I don't know the status of this woman, so you might obviously correct me here. But in comparison to everyone else involved, like the top people, they're in such a power position, like kind of a suit of armor.
Think of how, do you know what I mean? Think of how in danger she is now.
Oh, she,
like,
man!
You got former President Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
You got current President Donald Trump,
who is already proven a lunatic.
Yeah. You got Prince Andrew.
I mean, he's I wouldn't even. He's quiet as well. I wouldn't even.
Do you know what I mean? That he obviously has links to the Queen, who we established the last day.
Could just kill someone and get away with it.
Get away with it.
It is what it is. Like,
do you know what I mean? Like, oh mate, like she is probably the most in danger one, even though she's in prison right now.
Yeah.
But what they've done, they've got her on 24-hour surveillance, so no one ever, you know, has an eye off her.
Yeah.
She doesn't have any bed sheets or anything like that. So that, obviously, because that was what happened to Epstein. So that can't be an excuse. And she has a cellmate, so she's someone in.
Wow. Do you think that cellmate could be a potential
person on the inside?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, mate. I don't know. I wouldn't even give a cellmate. I feel like that is gonna, like, they're gonna target that cellmate, and then the cellmate's gonna do something. It's gonna be pinned like something like, "Oh, you fucking watched me in the shower" or something like that one time, and it's like, "I'm gonna bun you off for that," or you drop soap. I don't know, something. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be something like that. It's gonna be something stupid like. I'll die to a prison shank, like, do you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like,
the thing is, you don't know. These boys could have any, like this. The prison fella himself could be a cover up. The guards that are always watching her could be a cover up. Like, you don't know, these people are in such a power position.
The thing is, like, everyone, like, their pockets only are so deep. Like, you know, their loyalties. You know, like, fair enough. Like, if you're working for the government or like, however, I don't even know what these lads are like. But they're obviously high up if they're going to be watching.
Yeah.
You know, her now 24 hours a day. But I mean, like, if someone came to you and like, we will offer you like, say, 100 million to just look the other way for a minute.
You fall asleep or something.
Yeah, accidentally the monitor turned off. I tried to fix it and turned it back on and she's dead.
That was the thing with Epstein as well. All the monitors stopped working. All the CCTV
very
cameras.
very convenient. Like, do you know what I mean?
All so convenient.
I mean, like you say, like, obviously we don't want that to happen. We obviously want justice, but it is such a simple thing. And like, if you saw 100 million. Like, put in front of you on a table for a minute of like looking away. It's over.
Oh my god! Also, quite conveniently as well, just to add some more fuel to the fire, she has very conveniently apparently been diagnosed with COVID.
Oh really?
So good timing, isn't it, mate?
That's
like,
that's very
convenient.
Like you say, I mean, it's a totally normal coincidence that just happened to happen. The second that she, you know, started saying she's going to pull some big names down.
Oh, she's been diagnosed with corona. Like, you can already see this coming. Like, you can already see it.
Fair enough.
Oh, it's too mad. It's too mad.
No, I mean, realistically, it is.
Like, if she survives,
there's.
I'll be shocked.
I mean, if she makes it the year,
Yeah.
Regardless of whether she testifies or not, she makes the year.
Imagine if we release this podcast, mate.
And she dies.
And by the time we release it, she's already gone.
I mean, well, we're going to put our hands up and say I have not been offered any money. I mean, if they want to put 100 mil on the table,
possibly, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh my
We're
God.
not linked to it at all, mate. Jesus.
When if we were, Jesus Christ.
I mean, like 2 people from Ireland who have a podcast in the shed linked to the killing of this woman.
Everyone's a witness. But like, I just feel like this time, because it's already happened with like Epstein and that.
Yeah.
Because it's already happened. Surely now, if something happens and she snuffs it, there's like, I don't even, what even happens then? Do you know what I mean? Like, what happens?
Well, I suppose I think from a logical standpoint, it is obvious then that something is there. However, whether they would be able to pin that on, them, and would they have enough evidence then to say this, that, and the other? I don't know. I mean, like you say, you don't know what's going to happen now at this point.
Yeah. Oh, it's so mad. But I decided we should talk about this because it's like, I suppose, a follow up from the
conspiracies. Yeah.
The conspiracies episode. Which, by the way, how many likes did we say we wanted on that? Was it 20 or was it 10?
It could be 20.
We got 20.
Yeah. Did you say anything we were going to do for get 20?
Do a second episode.
Oh, alright. Oh, Jesus Christ. I thought it was the music video. I was like, oh, fuck, wait. What?
No, 100 subscribers.
Yeah, no, we're still up for that, but just like,
still definitely up for that.
Yeah, just like, not with COVID, still kicking about. Give us some time with that.
Yeah, also get us to 100 subscribers, stop pissing about.
Yeah, that's just, you're teasing me.
Yeah, anyway, we won't spend too much more time on that. I just thought it would be interesting to talk about, because it's pretty mad, and yeah, if something happens, mate,
it's just there.
It's so obvious. Like if you didn't believe that like Epstein didn't kill himself,
you have to cop on at this point.
You have to. If she like dies of corona,
conveniently enough.
See, this is the thing. In this time, it's like the most convenient time of any for her to like getting arrested and stuff.
Yeah.
And her threatening to grass, it all just seems to fall into place, and I would be shocked if she, as you said, mate, I'd be shocked if she's still alive by the time this podcast comes out.
Honestly, it's getting...
Because she is threatening to grass as well. It's not just like, but she could. Like, she has said, yeah, I'll do that. I'll talk.
I wonder though, it would be another thing. Now, obviously, I don't think will happen, but imagine if she actually did testify. She's in court, and then obviously the court would be live or something like that, maybe. And then all you see is this guy just kicks in the door. He's got a gun, and then pop.
Opens fire. Yeah. Other conspiracies do you think we should talk about for the next one? Coming soon, by the way.
Yes. There was there was one thing I saw yesterday. Hollywood. Now, I only seen a bit of this, and it's like me and my girlfriend are watching this. Now, I don't know let me just look it up really quick, because it definitely, there's something to it. But yeah, basically it was something like Hollywood and young children or something like that. Yeah, I can't find it now, but there was a thing someone put up there, and it was like, oh yeah, it's, fucking Hollywood is linked to a lot of children and stuff like that, or they're take children or something like that.
Okay.
I won't, like, obviously you don't have to leave this in. The other thing was that, did you hear the story with TikTok?
Yeah, it's getting shut down or something.
Yeah, but the reason was it something that TikTok is like the Chinese app, and it's the way the Chinese it's the way the Chinese monitor people and like other people around the world. Like,
that's fucked.
That's crazy, man. And I wouldn't put it past China either. Like, no. I mean, like, they're geniuses.
Yeah,
they could do that, and we would never have found that out.
Yeah, mad. Yeah, Jesus, fuck. Yeah, well, anyway, we'll definitely do a bit of research for the next episode. Wasn't that like our longest episode as well?
It was, but it was just, like you said, there's just so much to talk about. Yeah.
Too much, basically. We'll move into our next topic. We could be running a bit short on topics here, but anyway, the last thing is a bit of YouTube drama now.
Okay.
Something we haven't. Again, it's a bit of a throwback this episode. We're talking
about back to the origins, like
YouTube drama.
Yeah.
Basically, the beauty community is
well, mate, it's a wrap.
Do you know what's going on?
Is it something like Tassie Westbrook or something like that, is it? Or
Yeah,
her name is? She's grassing again.
She's made another takedown video this time from like Shane and Jeffree Star. Basically, mate, I think it's something to do with she after the whole James Charles thing died out last year. She kind of took a break, and now she's back, and she kind of like, oh well, I didn't actually mean it because I love James, and I never really meant to say. I was like, but Shane and Jeffree kind of made me do it.
Oh no!
And then Shane made a video, and then Jeffree might have made a video. Shane's in the shit anyway because like a lot of his old YouTube vids have started to get like dug up. Man, they're fucked. Like he's a weird guy.
He's a weirdo. How he's still managed to make a living?
Yeah.
Some of those videos are fucking dog.
He's finished now though. Like I think YouTube took away his monetization.
Yeah, man. Nice.
So
he's done.
He's in trouble. But yeah, no, it's pretty mad. I think it kind of leads us into the whole thing about the. I want to talk a little bit about cancel culture as well.
Okay.
It's something that's been.
It's a bit of a massive thing.
Yeah, I think PewDiePie made a video on it recently. Yeah, the man's been cancelled many times.
And yeah, he's the most subscribed single YouTuber.
That's what I mean. Now, I will just say we made podcasts last year during all the original.
It's fair to say we
went in on James Charles.
Yeah, we did.
Wrongly.
Yes.
So we apologise for that.
Yes.
James. Not that you'd be watching, but like I feel like we kind of we talked about it without really knowing all the facts.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those things where it came up and it was like there was so much thrown at him straight away, and there was
it was the nature of the accusations against him as well.
It was like they were heavy.
Yeah,
and it wasn't like some fucking thing like like just I don't mean to bring him up, but I was gonna say you don't have to do this, but I was gonna say like Deji bot subs it's not like huge, but whereas James Charles was like there was loads of things
and there were serious accusations.
Yeah, like they were like almost criminal in nature, like.
Yeah, that's the thing, like predatory nearly. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, that was all the shit that came out about him, and we made the podcast and we really went in on him. And we probably shouldn't have, let's be honest.
I'm only realising some of the stuff I remember saying.
Oh man, I was only watching it recently, and I was like,
wow.
I give out a bit about cancel culture because it's like I feel like a lot of the time it's just people jumping on bandwagons and that.
Yeah.
And I felt like we probably contributed to that.
I would say a little.
Yeah. We wanted to talk about it because it was hot news and it was something everyone was talking about.
And then in probably the heat of the moment.
I think it's our most viewed episode now as well because it's literally called James Charles is cancelled.
As if we were the ones that cancelled James Charles.
We've done it, lads. He's gone.
We finally did it. But 2 boys in a shed.
But like, yeah, no, I think that's the problem. A lot of people do is jump in without knowing all the facts, and we shouldn't have done that.
Yes.
I don't think anyway. Because obviously it came out a few weeks later that he was innocent. I remember that came out and I was like,
bollocks.
Fuck. We were literally, I think that was like, it must have been a half an hour segment of the podcast where we were just going in,
ribbing him apart, tearing him
to shreds, and he was fucking innocent. So
yeah,
what's your opinion on cancel culture?
I think, and it sounds very hypocritical now that we've said
now
this.
That we've done episode 2, but we've acknowledged we were wrong.
Yeah, we acknowledge we were wrong. I think it's one of those things where it's solely view based. Like if there is something, like fair enough, if someone wants to bring light onto a situation, there's ways to do it that don't involve making a 30-minute YouTube video, monetizing that video, and then trying to make what would be the word? A gain.
Revenue.
Yeah, a gain from trying to essentially
end someone else.
Yeah, and like obviously there are certain things like. You take Shane Dawson for instance. Now, after what we did about James Charles, we're touching wood here, but it seemed like there are videos to prove.
The videos are there to prove. Like there was no proof for James Charles.
Yeah, but
we were just going off what that Tatty one said.
Tatty one.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No, but like
with Shane, there's actual proof.
Yeah.
That so he's dodgy, like.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. What my opinion on it is, it's a. I don't want to say it's like. It's a money base. It's a gain, a means to a gain.
Not even like YouTubers as well. Like people going off on Twitter and that.
Oh, this is the thing.
Using someone's name, using a hashtag, getting a hashtag
trending. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's like we're whatever
clout.
it is, you're trying, to get the clout. You're trying to push yourself, get a few more likes, get a few more retweets, and essentially, especially with cancel culture, the sharing of it. That's how cancel culture gets like its thing. It's someone makes these statements or claims, and there's a bit of evidence, and then people see it, and then they'll start sharing it around, trying to raise awareness for it.
Yeah.
But I think personally, there are people who do it with evidence, and that in that sense, and it's like, say it's a one-time thing, and it's not, say it's a video, for instance, it's not fully monetized, it's just a thing to bring light to a situation. Then I think it's, sort of acceptable. I think in general, I think it's fucked. I think the idea of trying to ruin someone else for game when you may only have minimal evidence. You're only going off, say, like the Tati Westbrook video. Even if she was forced, she's done it, and I'm fairly sure that video was monetized.
Oh, definitely was.
And I'm fairly sure that video was probably trending for how long? Probably a week, couple of weeks. And then even when it wasn't number one trending,
it was still 2.6 million subscribers.
And you think about, you take us for instance. Now I know obviously it's a bit different.
Can I just make it clear? ShiteTalk 2 was not monetized.
Yeah, so
we're on high ground, everyone.
So we're out here, boys. We're white knights.
We're not even making the money off it.
No, we're just out here trying to be heroes, and then we turned shit. we do apologise for that. But I think, and obviously you might disagree with me on this, but I think that unless there is solid evidence there, and unless there is genuine intent of good behind it, not just it's good, but I also want to try and make a bit for myself on the side, then I think it's the right thing to do. I think if you're trying to cancel someone because you don't like them, that's fucking stupid.
That's fucked,
Yeah, if you're trying to cancel someone because
they fucked up.
Yeah, or they actually have done something like that really should never have happened. Like we talk about Logan Paul and his incident.
I was just about to talk about Logan.
Yeah, that's it, man. But I think if you talk about Logan Paul, everyone tried to cancel him because there was, it was wrong. But I don't know. With James Charles, obviously there clearly wasn't.
There was no solid evidence.
Yeah, and it was a thing where like one person said it, and like you say about the bandwagon, everyone just
jumped on it.
Yeah, straight away.
Right. So let me see. I think it's right for people to call out people on their shit.
Yeah.
I think you have a right to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the whole monetary gain side of things, like when you're gaining, and I know it doesn't always have to be money, but you can be gaining followers and that.
Yeah.
When it becomes that, that's when it's fucked. That's when it's wrong. See, I know it's not to the same extent, but what do you think of like commentary channels?
So
don't sound like Simon Minter here.
Yeah. Okay. Simon Minter.
We love Simon Minter.
Yeah, we do.
But like, he said something on his podcast, that he doesn't like commentary channels because they just try and take down other channels. What do you think of like the commentary side of YouTube?
So when we say commentary channels, are we talking about someone reacting to a video and?
See, you're allowed to react to a video and you're allowed to laugh at it if it's shit. Like,
because I was going to say, if that's a problem,
more,
yeah, I can't really say anything because I've done that.
Yeah, I've done it too.
Yeah, we've watched videos and we take the piss out, but are we saying that we watch a video and we're going like, okay, this guy needs to be stopped? Now see, that's where I got a problem with, because there is no reason for wanting that stopped.
A lot of the time, it's not just it's something that's not wrong that the person's doing. Sometimes it's just something that's a little bit out of the ordinary.
Yeah, it's weird, and we're just like, okay, like fair enough. Like we talk about the guy. Let's talk about one of mine. What about the guy who shagged cars? All right, it's weird.
It's pretty weird. Well,
he's not. Yeah, he's not doing something that is going to. Yeah, he's not going to do something that endangers lives. He's not doing something that's illegal.
It's definitely frowned upon.
Yes, it's definitely something you wouldn't want to do
or be caught doing,
or even say you do.
Yeah,
but let
alone go on.
Yeah, I was literally about to say on TV. But that kind of thing.
Let him do what he wants.
Yeah, that's it, man. Just if he's not doing anything wrong, fair enough. You might disagree with it, But it doesn't mean we have to go and say, right, you're fucking weird cunt. You need to be taken off the earth.
Yeah, that's the thing. We think it's weird, and it is.
It is.
I'm not trying to justify you guys shagging a car.
Not in any sense of the word are we trying to say that.
We're not trying to suggest anything here. Like, do you know what I mean?
We're
Basically,
really not.
what we're saying is it's weird, but let the guy do what he wants, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like we're doing YouTube, right? And I know from like where we're from, where we are.
Yes.
It's not something many people do.
No,
and it's something that you can definitely get slagged for.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Like, I know when I first started YouTube, right, I didn't tell anyone. I think you found out yourself.
I
didn't tell this guy that he stumbled upon it.
It was Instagram, and I just accidentally, I just honestly got true, I accidentally...
He wasn't stalking my profile, it was...
And literally, I was going through Instagram, and do you know how you have like the likes?
Yeah.
And it's like, say like for you, it was like Aaron Kelly and others like this.
So
I'm scrolling through it, I click this, and I'm like, oh shit, and then I see a link in your profile, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Click that link, Kelly has a YouTube channel, and I'm like, this is mind blowing.
Yeah. It's a very out there thing. Do you know what I mean? It's not normal around here. And I mean, I'm lucky enough I never got slagged for doing it.
You never got like taken down, like, or it wasn't a big deal.
I never had the fucking dickheads. Could have been saying stuff behind my back.
Could have, yeah, but I mean,
but nobody said anything to me.
But see, that's it, like.
So I'm going off a bit of a tangent here, but you know what I mean? Like, it's something that's out there, but people are just kind of like, right, just let him do his thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like this guy with his car, right? This is such a weird comparison. It's kind of similar,
yeah,
but it's kind of not. But it kind of is.
In the sense that he's not like...
He's doing something that's a bit
weird.
Out of the norm.
Yes, but what we're saying is he's shagging his car. He's not going around and shagging your car. Yeah, like, this is the weirdest way we can explain this. But
he can do what he wants in his own time.
Yes.
And if he wants to go on telly and talk about that,
let
him do it. That's his decision. That's
let him plead his case. He's not going to have many supporters, but he doesn't deserve to be cancelled first.
No, exactly. Just like James Charles, right? Bring it back to the beauty. Just like
James Charles is like the man who shags cars. Is what we've just said that on the podcast.
Just, you know, we kind of danced around that a little bit, but basically James Charles didn't do anything wrong, and people were trying to cancel him even though he had done nothing wrong. And we were, as we said, we were on that fucking trend. Yes. We were, and I feel like that's what a lot of people do on YouTube now to get big. Is cancel people, and if someone does something wrong, make a video straight away on it.
Or another thing is, if someone says something negative about you, that could have been like just, it could be one comment. That's a whole video there that people will make like blow up like.
Yeah, like I know for me, like I don't make. I mean, you may have noticed I don't make internet stupid people anymore.
Yeah, and
there's a reason for that. I don't know. I just kind of watch them back and they'll be like, do you know what I mean? I'm kind of. Why am I going after someone for like doing something silly on the internet? Yeah, sort of thing. It's like just let them do what they fucking want. Like, I'm doing YouTube. You know, it's out there. It's different. Whatever. Yeah. But I don't make them kind of videos anymore. Like the What's the Crack With. Remember I made the one on morgues. It was funny at the time.
It was jokes. Yeah.
But again, looking back on it, I'm kind of like, did I just make that? Did I just make that because he was trending at the time?
Cheeky boy Kelly.
Yes, that's the answer. That's exactly why I made
Aaron Kelly exposed.
So, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I don't want to make that kind of, like, and don't get me wrong, that kind of content got views.
Yeah,
it's probably some of my most viewed videos are like the What's the Crack With and the Internet Stupid People, but like, fuck it, like, I just don't want to
do that anymore. This is not it's not so necessarily we want to become big because of like a negative.
Exactly, yeah. It would feel a little bit tainted in a way.
When you look back on it and you realise I got big for ripping the piss out of.
Yeah, like I was watching it, I think it was Internet Stupid People 4 the other night, and because I just kind of came across it and I clicked onto it and it was like, there's some fella doing some weird like TikTok dance. I was just kind of like taking the piss out of that, and it's like, do you know what I mean? Like, why have I done that? Like, he can do what he wants. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, but yeah. I'm not saying I was going out trying to cancel people.
No. It was never a thing where anyone was trying. And I'll say that as well. Just
you weren't trying to cancel.
Yeah, like, I'd say for the car guy or
the balloon guy.
Another one that came up. Do you remember on the Ellen show? The old people trying to do like to the floss and the dab. I wasn't trying to say this man needs to get off the thing. Yeah. No, I just said it was funny to me the way
that happened.
Yeah, the way it was technically done by the professional versus how it was done by them, which is understandable. And I feel like the whole point of that was comedic anyway. The whole point of that skit was to be funny, and that's what I was trying to do. I was never trying to like say, "Oh, bun this show, bun Ellen." It's a joke. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But now, don't get me wrong. There are people on YouTube that deserve to be cancelled.
Yes, I think
now. I'm looking at J Station, for example.
Oh my god!
Right, man. That guy has done he's probably the worst guy on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you're looking at him, he's probably the worst guy on YouTube, and he's had people make videos on him. He's rightly so. But again, when someone has done something wrong, you're always going to get that bandwagon. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what annoys me a little bit. Like if he's done something wrong, which he's done plenty wrong. Like
there's a list.
There's a long list, which I won't go into because it's pretty messed up stuff.
Yeah.
But like. He deserves to suffer the repercussions, which is like YouTube taking away his ad revenue.
Oh, 100%. There's no way that man should
ever. Or YouTube maybe even deleting his channel.
I think they should delete his channel, man. I'm still surprised they even let him have his channel.
What pisses me off then is when people make videos just because J Station is trending. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so you're saying like if J Station wasn't trending,
people wouldn't be making videos on him.
Yeah. No, I get that. No,
I don't know.
I agree.
It's a bit of a grey area.
But it's true though. It's definitely a thing where like there are certain people who will watch the trending list and think, right, this person's trending, and the idea of like using trending things to get a bit more views is okay.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to cancel someone who is who has done something wrong, but again you're trying to use that negative situation to help boost you.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bit fucked.
It's a grey area. Like it's kind of like. They deserve to be cancelled, but yes, they deserve to be cancelled. Yes, J Station deserves to be gone off the fucking platform completely.
Definitely.
But I don't know, for some reason it just gets me when people make videos on him.
Yeah.
Even though he deserves the negative attention.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that someone else can justify making a video on them and trying to help themselves.
Yeah.
Do you know?
And let's be honest, I'd say that's probably what the majority of people do it for. And then videos are monetized.
Oh, definitely. And they will be over the 10 minutes and they will be...
Say J Station does one of his calling someone who's recently died 3 a.m. videos, right? Fucked. But it's when someone, I'm not calling out commentary channels at all, okay? But it's when a channel like that comes out and makes a video that is fully monetized, that is over the 10-minute mark, and when it's like 10 minutes 1 second or something like
stop.
That's like, that pisses me off as well. But I don't know.
And
it's just dodgy. Making money off that kind of negativity, I think, is dodgy.
The thing is, as well, do you see it as a way that, like, if someone reacts to that, people who may not have seen that video are going to go and watch the original video, and hence that's giving more
attention
to this guy, and then it kind of, what would you describe it? It's kind of like, I don't want to say like a disease, but like, do you know the thing where like it just clamps together and then it starts growing and growing out and growing out, expands, it starts spreading like weeds kind of thing.
Basically, what I'm saying is, there is ways to, if you're not happy with what a YouTuber has made, if you're not happy with what something a YouTuber has done, you can report that channel.
Yeah, there's a way to do things to get it actually done. Like if you want to stop someone from making something, or if you find something offensive and think that needs to stop, there's a certain way. Yeah, there's a way to do it. Now I know a lot of
YouTube
people
don't always clamp down on that kind of
stuff.
But
that's literally what I was going to say. That it, like not all the time will, like you said, the organisation clamp down on it, and then obviously you have to take additional steps. But there's no need to make a video, or if you are going to make a video, and then like try and monetize it, and then try and get some gain from it. Like if you genuinely want.
Either way, if it's not monetized, you're going to get gain from it anyway.
Well, yeah, this is the thing. Like if you want that person to stop, don't
direct the attention.
Yeah, exactly. Don't shine a spotlight onto this person.
Yeah, like YouTube could definitely be harder on creators that fuck up. definitely.
Yeah.
And that's an area that they themselves need to buck up on.
100%.
If that's the way things were done, if someone fucks up, say Logan Paul does something again, right? Or Jake Paul does something.
Imagine
right?
the scenes.
Actually, I wouldn't like Logan. I actually quite like Logan.
You see the thing, he's actually become a decent. We said
that a couple of times.
He's not a bad person.
Yeah, he's made really good videos. But say Jake Paul does something, or Rice Gum, or something.
Yeah, you want him binned off.
You want them binned off.
Yeah.
Report the video, report the channel, and you want YouTube to look at that and say, right, there's so many people here that aren't happy to find this offensive. But the thing is, those creators are making YouTube the money as well.
Yeah, so
they'd be very reluctant to say, right, Jake Paul's channel.
It would have to be something massive. Like it would. I
You'd
feel
have to
like
kill someone.
Yeah, or the other thing that you would have to. It would have to be a racial incident. I feel as well would be another big one where
particularly in 2020.
That's what I mean. So I don't think especially now YouTube, they'd have to look at that and say we can't let that guy go on.
Yeah. No matter how much money he makes us.
Nah, you'd have to bin him off.
Yeah, fair. Actually, funnily enough, I had a comment on the most recent verdict from this channel. Just while we're talking about YouTube and their reliability. Basically, I got a comment, and it was definitely dodgy, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, someone put a link, a timestamp and a link for it was a coronavirus/win.com. Or .online or something like that.
Coronavirus/win.
Yeah, it's definitely some sort of dodgy thing. Oh, you can win a prize by clicking this link.
It's
definitely one of them. So I tweeted YouTube, and they actually responded to me within 10 minutes.
Oh, mad.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, any idea what this is? And they were like, yeah, just report it. So if that was the case with people fucking up, we wouldn't have cancel culture on YouTube.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, I feel like we covered that fairly well.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else to talk about? Not really. I put down any questions at the end of it. You lot haven't sent us any questions. What is up with that?
That's a good start.
I'm gonna check my Instagram right now, just in case we've had any really late.
Just get ready for the
preparing for that fucking disappointment.
Eventuality.
We got no questions, lads.
That we didn't.
So
we didn't get a question.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up then.
Well, what a way to wrap up the podcast. We've just had no questions. I look so bad.
I put in 3 or 4 different stories on different occasions, being like, just please just send us a question,
please, boys.
And then we can get any. But apart from that, hope you enjoyed. And once again, 100 subscribers for the end of the year.
Music video coming out.
I don't think it's gonna happen, man. I don't think we've got.
I mean, they can prove us wrong. They can prove us wrong.
I don't think it's gonna happen. But anyway, leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Also, I still haven't sorted the Spotify thing.
No,
I don't know how to do it.
Spotify's ruined us. We're too good for Spotify.
I don't know.
We're too good.
I don't know how to do it. If I get any time to check that out, I'll do that. But Jack, thanks once again, mate, for letting us use your kitchen.
No water. Lovely scenes.
We'll probably be back here again at some point, I assume. Leave a like if you enjoyed, lads. Subscribe if you are new, and we will catch you